Okay, so it sounds like you're ready to dive into the world of financial independence.
Definitely a big step.
And you want to take charge of your money.
And navigate those always interesting family dynamics.
Easier said than done, right?
Sometimes.
You specifically mentioned your mom having access to your bank account.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe it's time for a little financial breathing room.
Yeah, it's super common to feel that way.
Right.
You want that family support.
Right.
But you also need to forge your own financial path.
Find that balance.
Exactly.
Which brings us to the good old joint bank account.
Oh, yeah.
We dug into a bunch of stories about this.
I bet you did.
And joint accounts opened early on, especially, seem to be a recipe for some, shall we say, unexpected learning experiences.
Oh, absolutely.
People had a lot to say.
Yeah, with a joint account, both people usually have equal access.
Okay.
Equal control sounds great in theory.
Right.
But in practice, it means either person can withdraw money, deposit money, or even close the account.
And they don't even have to tell the other person.
Sometimes not.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, it can get messy fast.
That's what I'm worried about.
I hear you.
One story that really got to me was about this person whose dad hadn't paid his taxes.
Oh, no.
And the IRS took funds from their joint account to cover the debt.
Wow.
Can you imagine trying to build your credit when the tax man is lurking in your account?
Yeah, that's definitely not good.
Not a good look.
No. It highlights how important it is to understand joint accounts before you open one.
Before you even think about it.
Right. It's not always about negativity or mistrust.
Okay.
But you need to be aware of things like tax liabilities, debt issues, if one person isn't as careful with money as the other.
So you're saying joint accounts might need a rethink.
That can be tricky.
Especially for someone in this situation wanting more financial independence.
Definitely. And you know what a lot of people suggest?
What's that?
A fresh start.
I like the sound of that.
Yeah. Opening a new individual account can be a game changer.
Okay.
And if privacy is a big concern, think about a credit union.
What's the advantage there?
They often have stricter privacy policies than traditional banks.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Credit unions are more about people over profits, right?
They can be.
I like that idea.
Yeah, it's worth looking into.
But wouldn't you still have to deal with your old bank?
Like to switch everything over?
Yeah, to transfer funds and all that?
Not necessarily.
Really?
You can switch banks completely.
Okay.
It's surprisingly simple these days with online applications.
That's true.
You can open an account from your couch.
That's how I like to bank.
Me too.
Plus, banks are practically begging for new customers these days.
They are.
They've got all those perks.
Higher interest rates, lower fees. It's tempting.
It's very tempting.
Plus, no running into your mom while you're depositing a check.
That is a huge plus.
Right.
So let's say you open a new account.
Okay.
What about actually moving the money and redirecting direct deposits?
That's usually pretty straightforward.
Is it hard to do?
Once the new account is open, you can transfer the funds online or at a branch.
Easy enough?
Yeah, just need your account and routing numbers.
Seems simple enough, at least on paper.
Yeah.
But I think for a lot of people, the hardest part isn't the technical stuff.
What is it then?
It's having that conversation with family.
About money.
Yeah, about money.
It can be tough, for sure.
It's about wanting independence while keeping a good relationship.
Finding that balance again.
Right. So how do you even start that conversation?
That's the million-dollar question.
How do you tell your mom you want more financial privacy without sounding like you're hiding something?
Yeah, you don't want to make it a bigger deal than it is.
Exactly.
It's all about communication. It is all about communication.
So how do we make this conversation happen?
It's about being clear and honest.
Okay.
But you don't want to just drop a bomb on her.
Right.
Frame the conversation around growth, responsibility, and trust.
Okay, so less mom, you're being nosy, and more.
More like, Mom, I really appreciate all the support you've given me.
Especially with the joint account.
Yeah, it was so helpful when I was younger.
Right.
But now I'm managing my own finances.
You're growing up now.
And I want to use this as a learning experience.
To become more responsible?
Exactly, more independent.
Oh, that's good. You're acknowledging her support.
Right.
But also saying, hey, this is my financial journey now.
Exactly. You can even tie it back to things you both value.
Like what?
Like budgeting and saving.
We always talk about that.
Right, so you can say, hey, having my own account will help me actually do this.
And learn to make my own financial decisions.
Exactly.
That's such a good way to frame it. It's like saying, I'm taking your lessons to heart, Mom.
Exactly.
But let's be real, even with the best communication, she might not be thrilled.
That's true.
Were there any tips for navigating those waters?
Yeah, a lot of people talked about setting boundaries.
This is where it gets interesting.
It is. It's about recognizing that healthy relationships have respect.
And autonomy.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You have a right to financial privacy as an adult.
Right. It's not about keeping secrets. It's about building trust.
In a different way.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which can be tough.
Yeah.
I read some stories about people who felt obligated to share their finances.
Even when it stressed them out.
Yeah, it's like they were stuck.
We inherit our money mindsets from our families,
That's true.
which isn't always bad.
Definitely not.
But this is your chance to redefine those dynamics.
So how do you do that?
Yeah.
How do you balance independence with a good relationship with your family?
It's a dance for sure.
It really is.
Some people found ways to be transparent without being an open book.
What did they do?
One thing was giving periodic updates.
Instead of sharing every purchase.
Exactly. Just talk about your progress toward a goal.
Saving for a car vacation.
Exactly. It shows you're being responsible.
Thinking ahead.
Right.
I like that. Another idea I saw was having more general budget conversations.
Like what?
Like saying, hey, I'm trying to save money this month.
Okay.
Maybe we can try that new recipe at home instead of going out.
That's great.
Subtle up,
It is. You're including her in your financial goals without giving her access to your account.
which is the whole point.
Exactly.
I also saw that some people used a joint account for shared expenses,
Oh, that's interesting.
like a trip or a streaming service you share.
Okay.
So you each have your own account, but this one is just for shared stuff.
That's a really good compromise.
Right, you still have shared responsibility where it makes sense.
But you also have the freedom to manage your own money.
So it sounds like finding that balance is key.
It really is.
And that balance is going to look different for everyone.
Right.
It's weighing the good and the bad of family support against the need to be independent and build trust.
And remember, even if your mom isn't thrilled about this new account,
Yeah.
this conversation is the start of a bigger dialogue.
About financial responsibility as a family,
Yes, and respect.
turning a tense moment into a learning experience.
I love that idea.
Me too. Aside from navigating this conversation with your mom, what are some other benefits of taking control of your finances?
Oh, there are tons.
Like what?
It can be really empowering.
Tell me more about that.
Well, it's about more than just bills, you know?
Okay.
When you're in charge of your own money, you really see where it's going.
Makes you think twice.
It does. You can make better decisions.
Build a financial foundation.
Exactly. And it feels like it's really yours.
Like you've graduated to the big leagues of money management.
Exactly. And you know what else?
Not that.
That confidence, it spills over.
Oh, really?
It does. People talked about feeling more secure in other areas of their lives,
I could see that.
more willing to ask for what they want.
Go after what they deserve.
Yes, set better boundaries in their relationships.
So it's not just about the money.
It's not.
It's about all these other life skills.
It's about taking control.
And who knows?
What's that?
Maybe this will inspire your mom, too.
To take charge of her own finances.
Exactly. It's like a chain reaction.
I love that.
So opening a new bank account could be a big step
For sure.
toward financial independence.
And a healthier relationship with your mom.
Couldn't agree more. And remember, communication is key.
Always. When it comes to money, especially.
So for our final thought here,
Okay.
think about paying it forward.
What do you mean?
Share what you're learning with the people around you.
My siblings, my friends.
Exactly. Doesn't have to be a lecture, just little things you pick up.
Little aha moments.
Right. You might even inspire them to start their own financial journey.
That's a great idea. Turning something that could be stressful into a learning experience for everyone.
And that's what it's all about. Because financial freedom,
What about it?
it's way more freeing when you can share the journey with the people you care about.
I totally agree with that.
That's all the time we have for today's Deep Dive. But be sure to join us next time when we'll explore even more ways to navigate those tricky waters of money and family.